Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rena, and today's video I will be reviewing a book. In my last video, I did say that I am back to booktube, I am back to filming, I am back to reading. In my last video, if you guys watched it, if you didn't, either way, I did say that I do want to get back to more book reviews. And the book I will be reviewing today is The Weight of Zero by Catherine Fornati. If you guys are interested, stay tuned. Essentially, The Weight of Zero by Catherine Fornati. It is a book that touches a bunch of different sensitive topics for a bunch of different sensitive people, so please be warned if you are easily triggered by certain things. I do give you a warning now because even for me it triggers a little bit of something inside of me, but I'm going to push through for that. This book does touch the subject of bipolar disorder. For those of you who don't know, bipolar disorder is a mood disorder, an extreme mood disorder that has two ranges. The highest of high, which is considered mania. That's when you have higher energy, you have a higher sense of elation, you have racing thoughts, impulse decisions, and then the opposite, depression. Obviously the lack of self-worth, the devoid of emotion, and etc., etc. Our main character, Catherine Pulaski, has bipolar disorder, and she is on the road of recovery after a first suicide attempt. After her suicide attempt, she gets a new psychiatrist. She has a new regimen of therapy that she's required to take. She has new medication. And as she's going through all of these things, faking a smile, Catherine is secretly prepping for the arrival of her depression, who she's personified and named Zero. And what I mean by saying is she's preparing for Zero's arrival. She is stockpiling her medication so she can take her life. As she prepares for Zero's arrival, she is faced with a whole new world of people, of love, of acceptance, and she has to go through this with the weight of zero on her mind. This is a very triggering subject, and I can say that from experience because I myself have bipolar disorder, so to find this book, to read this book, to be able to relate to it is it's a weird concept, because in the book community, not even just booktube or anything like that, the book community, there are an astounding lack of representation for mental illness and other disorders that people have. So to find this book is very relieving to me because I'm able to relate to something. At the end of the book, the author, Catherine Fornati, does put a whole section for why she wrote this book, and if you are suffering from this, or if you have suicidal thoughts, then she lists a whole bunch of different hotlines, a whole bunch of different ways to seek help. So that's something that I did greatly appreciate from this book. And I'm really shocked that this book doesn't get a lot of praise. This book is not even mentioned on BookTube or in the book reviewing community. I'm super glad for the one thing that I will say about this book before I really get into it is that this book does not support the trope that love can cure any disorder or mental illness. It's not a boy falls in love with a girl and all of a sudden she's better. Before I get way too emotional in the first section of this review, let me just say that the book overall was very, very good, very relatable. I love the writing style. I love how simplistic it was, because it is being told from Catherine's point of view. So it's not like she's this eloquent novel writer who can sprout off poetic dialogue. I will say that the pace of the book is very, very steady. It's not like one part's too fast, one part's too slow. It's all a very calm, very perpetual pace. The characters in the book are well developed, well placed in the plot. Each person has a part to play in Catherine's life. Each character is meant to show a different aspect of the world. It's just not all about Catherine, even though she's the main character. It shows different problems in different households and how Catherine's home is not the only one that has problems. It kind of shows the inside of someone who has bipolar. It shows the inside of their brain, the way their thought process is. I will recommend this book to anyone that's willing to read it. I'm not saying that you should definitely go out and read it. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in reading, I suggest you go pick it up. I suggest you go and read it and think for yourself. That's all I can say about this book without spoiling anything, that it has great characters, it has a good story plot without too many tropes, it has a great pace, I would say pretty good representation. So yeah, that's about it for the non-spoiler section. If you guys don't want to hear me rant too much emotionally or don't want to get spoiled about the book, I suggest that you leave now, go pick it up, read it, then come back, and then we can totally discuss it. But yeah, see you guys. This book, I really do apologize because it is a book that touches way too close to home for me a little bit. Some of it encapsulates the issues that I faced when I was first diagnosed, some of the thoughts that have definitely raced through my head when I was diagnosed, or even to this day there are some thoughts that I can definitely relate to in this book with Catherine. There's one section of the book, particularly right in the beginning, when she talks to her first psychiatrist, when she first really gets diagnosed by any psych exam. For those of you who don't know, in order to get diagnosed with bipolar disorder, you have to go to a psychiatrist and sit down and take a psych exam. And in this psych exam, they question you, they berate you, they watch your body language, watch the way you react to certain questions. And this goes on for anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours. The part that gets me is at the beginning of the book, after her psych exam, Catherine has this moment of quiet in her brain. She has this ringing in the back of her head, the kind you get when you get devastating news and the world just fades away and all you hear is that ringing of silence in your brain. Right after her doctor diagnosed her, she's sitting there with her mom, and the one line from the doctor just resonates within her, and it's the fact that she has bipolar disorder, that is a generic disease. And the quote that she says is, the one thought that rings through her mind just continuously is, Catherine Pulaski is genetically defective. She goes on to say that no matter the amount of medication and the amount of therapy that she goes with, it's something that you will have, something she has for the rest of her life. There are 3 main layers of the book, and that is family, friends, and love. The family aspect of the book would be her relationship with her mom. After her suicide attempt, her mom sort of develops this guardian need to watch over her. Every night before Catherine goes to sleep, she gets Catherine's numbers, which gauge where she is on the spectrum of mania and depression, which sort of is the cause of Zero's name being Zero, because Zero obviously means her depression. The second aspect of the book, Friends, would be after her suicide attempt, her doctor prescribes her a new type of therapy, which is like a support group or a group therapy type of deal. And in this support group, she sits down and listens to the stories of different kids in her area, kids who have OCD, kids who have eating disorders, and things like that. And in this sense, she has to learn how to accept new friends because her old friends she's known since birth, turned their back on her when she was diagnosed, ultimately abandoning her, making her feel as if she wasn't worthy of friendship or something really was wrong with Catherine Pulaski. The third aspect of the book is love, which is the simplest form of amore love. At school, she's given a new assignment where she has to write a biography about a soldier from her home state of Connecticut that served in World War II. She's grouped with a boy named Michael. In all 3 aspects of the book, friends, family, and love, Catherine has to come to the terms of acceptance. It just really ties down to acceptance in herself. And that's something that everyone in every aspect of in life, whether you're able-bodied or you're physically disabled or mentally disabled, it's the acceptance of who you truly are. I don't know how to explain it because there's a difference between living for someone and then living for yourself with the benefit of other people being there. It's about her accepting the love, her just accepting the support from all the people around her. that's really what the basis of this book is her accepting the support, because she wants to live for herself. She wants to experience the things she's going to experience in life. She wants to live because she wants to go to college. She wants to live because she wants a life for herself, not just as the label of being bipolar. It's living with it. It's living alongside it. This book was all around great for me, in my opinion. I thought it was amazing. There are a couple of issues that I did have that goes back to, one, the fact that one of her friends who abandoned her and one of the friends that constantly bullied her in school, I'm really upset that the school didn't take any repercussions towards this friend. There were no consequences for this friend. It kind of just shows that bullies will be bullies and you'll just learn to accept it. I wish there were repercussions for that bully, for that her old friend. And another issue that I did have with the book is how towards the end her mother found her stash of pills that she was going to use to kill herself. At the end of the book, when Catherine accepts herself, I wish she had come out to her mom as opposed to her mom finding it. I wanted Catherine to, you know what I mean, be open about how she was going to do it, so that way she can accept the love from her mom, accept the support from her doctor. Those are the only two things that I really had a problem with this in this book. But other than that, the book was a great all-around. I would suggest that you guys go pick it up and just give it a read and give me a shout out and see what you really liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what your thoughts were. So I'd be really interested to see that. Leave a comment down below. If you guys like this video about me emotionally ranting about this book, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe bar down at the bottom. Alright guys, thanks for letting me rant or whatever. Catch you guys later. Bye. Pulaski, I want to say. Yes.